Today guys, we are installing a Q9 Compustar kit with a Blade TB harness. This is a 2007 Toyota Tacoma, pretty much base model, no fancy stuff, so that's all you should need. I'm going to kind of have to guide you on how to install the kit from one of these. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment in the very end and I will answer it the best I can. And let's get to it. Here are the parts that you need: the 2WQ9 100AS Compustar alarm remote start kit and the Blade TB harness or the bypass module. Yeah, that's all you really need. Let's get to it. Okay, the very first step that you have to do is to remove the screws that's on both sides, as we need to release this cover right here so we can get to the immobilizer wiring. So yeah, like I said, it's two screws. I already took one off. Obviously there's both one side, and you will need one of these. What you're gonna do is try to insert it right here and then pop it. Just kind of work your way down. Once you kind of have that released, you're gonna do on the other side, and this cover pretty much comes off. Once you have that bottom cover off, you will see the ignition harness, which is this, and then the immobilizer is that thing wrapped around it, and the wires would be right here. So I'm going to be showing you what wires you need, and we still need to take this bottom piece off. I'll show you how to do that. First thing you have to do is take this off. Just pull it. All it is just clips. And then you have to take this part off, which just pops off. Nothing but clips as well. Put it aside. And then this footrest, this just pops off as well. So put that aside. Then it'll reveal a twist off cap that holds that kick panel in there. So we just take it off. Put that aside, and then this kick panel pops off as well. Then you're going to be taking off 10 mil bolt right here, and then this little cover pops off, another 10 mil, and this whole bottom piece comes off. Once you remove those two 10mm bolts, this just pulls out backwards. All it is just nothing but clips. As you can see from all those little black clips. Go ahead and release the plugs, and we will have full access of the bottom panel. Also, obviously unplug this and then release this clip. And then to remove the hood latch, all you have to do is press this tab right here where my finger is, and then pull backwards. So now we have a clear view of the wiring that we're going to be needing. I couldn't remember where I put the brain on one of these years before, but I'm sure once I see it I'll remember. You're more than welcome to take this off as well if that makes it any easier. I mean, generally I would, just so I have more access to the ignition harness, but it's nothing but 10 mils, 3 of them. Yeah, go ahead. So before you begin, I temporarily mounted the brain. It'll be mounted above right there. I'll show that as well in the end. I used this locking clip to hold the harness. Just kind of put all these little wires aside. I used the ground bolt right here. And one thing to remember on this one, whoever you buy the unit from, you will have the normal 12 volt right here, the two reds. And you got the yellow. This is the ignition 2. The white is accessory, and the green is ignition. Now, since this truck has 2 ignitions, this is the optional switchable relay internally, so I'll be using that as ignition 2. Now for the starter 2, this is generally the parking light wire, positive. Whoever you buy it from, you can have them change the setting, so this would output a starter, so that would take care of the starter 2 at the ignition harness, so you don't have to do any relay. However, if you do use this as your starter, you're going to be running the negative signal for the parking light to the ignition switch compared to the parking light at the fuse box. So when you go to the parking light right here, you already have the output, which is the green white right here. I'll show all that stuff, but I just wanted to mention that just to make sure you have your whoever you buy from change this to starter 2, so you don't have to do any relays or anything like that. So go ahead and strip the wire, or strip the wire loom from the ignition harness, and you're gonna need a test light for this one. Always verify before you start tapping anything. Always. Some will say you will need a voltmeter, but for the ignition harness you don't really need that. They're all 12 volt. However, on some of the wires that you need right here, which I'll also go over that later on, you can use a voltmeter to verify so you can see the readings. But we'll begin with the ignition harness and then we'll keep moving forward. So here is the harness connections. You will tap in the yellow from Compustar to green and black, the accessory wire, which is white, to white green, that parking light that is now a starter 2 with green white to black white, and then the blue wire ignition 2 to blue yellow, 12 volt red to red, or to white red, the other 12 volt, which is red white to white blue. Last one would be the ignition wire, which is green to black red. Now we're going to be doing the bypass wiring. For the bypass, it's the blade TB. You will be using the gray red going to light green red, and the dark green red will go to the pink and blue or green. And here's the pinout. It's these two wires right here that's next to each other. And then the white from the blade harness, you will tap it into ground, and then the white black will be key sends, which I'll be looking for, and that'll be the next one. Okay, from the blade T harness again, or from the blade harness of the bypass, the white black will go to this 2-pin plug right here that is plugged in right there. That's your key sends. So from white black, it'll go to green black. That will disable the factory alarm when you remote start. So, and for the immobilizer, it's this plug right here. So once you get these 4 wires done from the blade TB harness, that's pretty much done for the bypass side. So we're moving on to the rest, and we are moving along, and we are pretty much halfway done. So while you pretty much did all the blade TB harness stuff, all you had to do is put the ignition to the on position with the key, 2 clicks, and then I already programmed it. You'll see that thing turn green, the little light right here. Once you see that thing turn green, it's pretty much programmed, which in this case I already did. Like I said, I did it prior to the video, but just put it on the on position, 2 clicks, and then wait for that thing to turn green, and you are done. Pretty much got everything completed. Obviously you'll see everything's still kind of loose. It's perfectly normal to look that way. This is not fully done. I just pretty much found all the wires. But just to get started, this is the dome supervision. You will have your seller where you get the unit from set it at 45-second delay for the alarm to be triggered. That way it gives the dome light time to kind of shut down before the alarm is armed. But from this red white, it'll go to the blue right here. So you can see it's already got wire right here. It'll be that blue. For the brake wire, it'll be this wire right here. That'll be blue white to blue. The horn would be green red going to the white of the Compustar. For the lock and unlock, you'll be using the alarm arm and disarm wires, which is the orange and orange white. That'll go let me just double check this real quick. The disarm would be orange white from Compustar to green black, and the arm, which is orange, it will go to the purple wire. So that'll you're gonna have to have the disarm set at double pulse. That way it'll disarm the factory alarm if you're not remote starting and just normal lock and unlock. So yeah, you'll have to have the seller do that. And we are practically done. So we're just gonna clean everything up and button everything, give the customer almost a done truck. So like I said, it's not too hard and it's definitely not easy, but it's somewhere in between. So, and for the ignition harness, always make sure to kind of stagger the install a little bit, that way they're not bundled up like one spot. So just kind of crisscross a little bit, that way you can still tape it up. So yeah, just go ahead and start taping everything up, run the antenna, run the shock sensor, and we are done. Alright guys, we are completely done. Got everything zip tied. As you can see, that's kind of how it should look. You can do it however you desire. I mounted the shock sensor on the metal right here, set at 2.5/10. I got everything zip tied here, so it's not going nowhere. The excess antenna and shock sensor wires are zip tied right here, so everything will still be accessible at the fuse box. Zip tied down here. Obviously the unit is mounted up there, so it's not pretty much hitting anything, so make sure of that. Double check. Yeah, basically everything is done. I already tested practically everything and I'm buttoning everything up. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Other than that, enjoy. Unlock, lock, remote start.